Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to this video on the Taurus Lunar Eclipse happening on November the 8th. So I have a little bit of a different background today. I'm in the middle of doing some traveling, so mixing things up a little bit. But so excited to share with you the energies surrounding this lunar eclipse. Very, very powerful time, and eclipses are so significant for many reasons, and one of them being the effects last much longer than simply the day of the eclipse. And they also tell a deeper story because we're working with the North and South node. And this eclipse is falling near the North node in Taurus, making it very significant for your path as you move forward, the vision you have for your future. And because it also is happening on a full moon, lunar eclipses are full moons, it's really inviting you to take a look at what you're called to release and let go of in order to step into this next chapter of your life. So we're going to dive deep into this. I'm going to share my screen with you today as well, so you have a visual of the energies. If you are new to me and my channel, a warm welcome. My name is Kara, and when I do these weekly videos, I'm studying the astrological shifts. So I look at what's happening in the cosmos, and I also share channel guidance from the Akashic Records to help you create with this energy in the highest timeline for your life and business. So if this resonates, be sure that you subscribe. I would love to support your journey. So let's dive right in here. I'm going to share my screen so you have the visual of the full moon chart, the full moon eclipse. So the highlight of this energy is over here, 16 degrees of Taurus. We have the moon and Uranus conjunct, and we have the North node at 13 degrees of Taurus. So full moons are always a time for releasing and healing. And it's a time where energy is amplified, where emotions are amplified. So anything that has been hidden under the surface comes to the light in a full moon. And the other aspect of a full moon that we often overlook is this energy of celebration. So it's not just what you're releasing and healing and letting go of, but it's taking time to celebrate. And I'll often say this to my clients: celebration and gratitude is the portal for expansion. So take time to honor what is going well in your life. We really have to get good at focusing and amplifying the things that are working instead of just giving energy and attention to the things we want to change. So this energy is amplified because it is also an eclipse. So we're really feeling a lot of emotions surfacing at this time. So I want to take a deeper look at the Taurus archetype, since it is the highlight of this eclipse. So Taurus is a very grounded, sensual energy. It is a fixed earth sign. So it really shines a spotlight on embodiment, what you are embodying in your life. So when you look at what you desire to create, so maybe in your future, you're claiming more abundance, more freedom, more joy. Are you embodying that? Or is it just something that's outside of you and you're waiting on external situations to change before you feel that? Taurus reminds us the importance of embodying what we want. It also brings us back to our core value system. It's so easy to define success based on what other people are doing. We look around us, we see what other people are accomplishing, what they are creating, and then we can start to think my life has to look like that, or I'm failing. When the truth is, we are all on our own karmic journey. We are all on our own path, and astrology shines a light on that so beautifully, that we are each here with unique gifts and unique talents and something unique to contribute to the planet. So this energy is about coming back to what actually matters to you. I call it soulful success, because it's coming from a place of being aligned with your soul desires, what really lights you up, not expectations from the outside, not what you think you should be doing or have to do, what actually lights you up, what does actually matter to you, and having the courage to say yes to that. The Taurus archetype is also about security and safety, and a moon in Taurus wants to feel emotionally safe. And this is a core need we all have. Many of us, even though we define success in our own ways, there are some basic needs we all have, and safety and security is one of those things. Now, what that looks like for each person is unique, but the full moon, this eclipse, can shine a spotlight on that and invite you to explore that. But what's really interesting about this energy is it is conjunct Uranus, the awakener. And that is about stepping out of the comfort zone to create something new in our life. And that's honestly necessary long term in order to continue evolving and growing and actually keeping up with the person you have become. We often have expanded into so much, and yet we don't allow ourselves to go there because we're playing out old patterns and old cycles. And then the eclipse energy comes along and it brings a reset to all of that. And we recognize we can create something new in our life. We can keep up with who we really are and what we really desire. Another way to say this is calibrating to your higher self, being able to sort through the fears and the doubts that don't serve you and actually come back to who you are on a soul level. So this energy to me really suggests that you're going to be invited into new opportunities that are going to ask you to get a little uncomfortable, that are going to stretch you, but that ultimately serve your highest vision, because we have the North Node there. It serves where you are going. But we have to be okay with an element of releasing in order to expand into something new. I know we've all heard that before, but actually living from that space and practicing it and fully embodying it is a whole other thing. So pay attention to what opportunities have been coming into your world, what new divine ideas have been dropping in. And are you saying yes to them, or are you telling stories of life can't really be that good? I'm not really that worthy. Often the things we've prayed for and asked for will show up, and then we hesitate and we doubt ourselves and we don't take that leap of faith and lean in and say yes. So opposite this energy in Taurus is all this Scorpio energy. So we have Mercury and the Sun and Venus over here in Scorpio. And this is speaking to the inner transformation that has been unfolding, that we felt very strongly at the new moon eclipse in Scorpio. And we're now really feeling it again as we build up to the lunar eclipse. And of course, on the day of the eclipse, very strong. Scorpio is about our emotional world. It's about connecting to your inner alchemist and not being afraid to dive into the subconscious, not being afraid to look at the doubts, look at the fears, and transform them. And that's the huge thing, because Scorpio reminds us of our power. That's what that archetypal energy is all about, finding that sense of inner power. So we're not afraid to look at the shadows. And when we actually look at them, we realize they're not as scary as we may have thought. And we also remember our ability to create change and transformation in our life. And that's another thing that eclipses are all about, having the courage to lean into change. So if we look a little deeper here, Mercury in the sign of Scorpio, Mercury governing our mindset, our communication, it's all about depth right now. Your intuition is at an all-time high. You're going to be craving depth of connection in your relationships, with Venus there as well, like really not interested in the superficial. You're going to want to go deep. There is also a big element of change in our relationships that were really highlighted with the solar eclipse and still coming into play here. And what I'm hearing from the records around this is you can be creating new soul contracts with many people in your life. So it's not just relationships falling away, but there's people that are meant to stay on that journey with you, but there's now a new contract created. Just like we need an energetic reset, often our relationships do as well. It's like our relationships have to be caught up to who we are and where we're going and what we desire today as well. So pay attention to the people coming into your life right now, to the significant relationships, to the people you feel drawn to, not necessarily new people in your life, but you may be feeling a deepening of connection with certain people that have been in your life for a while. And in this next chapter of your journey, they're going to play a bigger role. Now, both the sun and the moon are forming a square to Saturn. So we have Saturn down here in the sign of Aquarius. Saturn has really been coming in strong with a lot of the new and full moon energies this past year. So Saturn is also very connected to our karma as well. So what this suggests to me, especially alongside this Taurian energy, is you are really creating a new foundation in your life. So the things you are manifesting now, the things you are creating, this is not fleeting. Like, this is something that is meant to last. And Saturn gets us to look at what we need to have in place for long-term success. It's not interested in fleeting success. It's about, how do you truly define success on a soul level for you, and what do you need to have in place in order to get there? And that's where there can be a feeling of being uncomfortable at times, because you may have to make decisions that stretch you, that feel scary. But the thing is, then you calibrate to that. Think of the person you are today and how a couple years ago you may have thought, wow, I couldn't do this. I wouldn't be in this place. But you did. We grow, we expand, and then we recalibrate. And that's just part of our life journey. We're always going to be growing. We're always going to be evolving. So this really suggests to me that the changes being made are very stable, and there's this new foundation you are creating. And what I mean by that is, what you are manifesting right now in your life, it does feel very connected to what actually lights you up, to what actually matters to you. And you're making decisions that support that, which is key, right? Decisions day to day. I'm just thinking of like some examples around this. So this could be in your business, whatever that next goal is. You want to attract soulmate clients. So you're now leaning in and you're learning the strategy, the mindset, the energetics of how that can happen. This could also be in fitness and health in your life. You're wanting to change how you feel in your body, what your body looks like, and you're actively doing something to change that. Like, you're following a new exercise routine, you're on a new diet plan. So you're making changes in your life that align with what you want, instead of just talking about it. And I know that takes a lot of courage as well. The other planet I want to shine a spotlight on here is Mars in Gemini, which is currently retrograde. Mars is the planet of drive and ambition and motivation. So it doesn't necessarily like to be in retrograde motion, where we are asked to slow down a little bit. It doesn't mean we're not making decisions. It doesn't mean that things aren't moving forward. It means we're more aware of how we're using our energy and the energy leaks in our life, and we're becoming more intentional about where we are placing our focus, especially where it's in Gemini. Really, Mars retrograde in Gemini can help us feel less scattered and more intentional about what ideas we move forward with. And this often comes up with my clients because they're super creative, and it's usually not a shortage of ideas for their business. They have all these ideas for offers and programs, but it's more about, what idea do I run with? How do I take this idea and roll it out and see it to fruition? So Mars retrograde can really help with that, because we recognize we don't have to do everything at once. We can take the idea that resonates with us the most at this time, see it to fruition, and put some of the others on the back burner. We can also prioritize rest and relaxation a little bit more, so your body isn't burning out. Manifestation isn't just about the actions we take. It is first and foremost about the energy and the frequency that is active in our vibration that we are sending out to the universe, and the universe is responding to that. So you don't need to work yourself to exhaustion in order to create what you want. That paradigm of reality is available to you, but the cosmic energy right now is suggesting to explore other paradigms as well, to explore the possibility that you can take time to rest and do what you love, and that actually furthers your manifestations instead of holding you back. So powerful energies at play here at this time. I'm going to stop the share. So a main takeaway I would basically look at what you desire to create in your life over the next few months, or you can even look at from now until the end of the year. What is that vision? What is the money you want to bring in your business? What are the programs you want to roll out? How do you want to feel in the process? What do you want to experience? Journal on that, write out that vision, and then take a look at what you need to release in order to get there. So going back to this idea that you may be called to release the belief that I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, I don't have anything to contribute, rewriting those beliefs so your belief system and your energy is on board with that vision. All right, leave your questions, leave your comments below. What are you letting go of and releasing in this full moon energy? I'll also attach some helpful links for you below. So my Divine Creators Inner Circle, we just did a full moon ceremony in there that was very powerful. There's also the solar eclipse ceremony that you would have access to in that space. So if you're interested in checking that out, I'll leave the link below. So many incredible trainings in there as well around activating wealth and abundance and expanding your business through working in the records. It's an incredible space. I'll also share a free gift with you below on wealth energetics. All right, see you very soon. So much love. Bye for now.